Confirm my screen visibility slide to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Great. So once again, welcome all of you for their day 2 training session number 1. So this particular session, we will be learning the stratification. How to stratify a problem using Pareto. Stratification in plain English, it means diving deeper. How can we convert a broad problem into a specific problem? We already learned one tool, which was CTQ tree. It has converted the broad statement, a vague statement, into specific statement. Similarly, a problem which is very, broader in nature, you can bring it down to a focused problem with the help of Pareto, with the help of stratification using Pareto. That is what we will be learning in this particular session. So what is a Pareto chart and the role of Pareto in the Six Sigma project and how to draw a Pareto and different types of Pareto is available and particularly stratification. So Pareto is focusing on helping you to focus on the vital problem, right? And let us see. So this is what is actually called as the graph, Pareto graph or Pareto plot, which was introduced by Italian economist Wilfred Pareto. Because after his research, after collecting data, he found that most of the time, the data follows a rule called 80-20. That is 80% of your business come from 20% of your products. Hope it is true in everyone's company, right? 80% of your income comes from 20% of your products. Similarly, 80% of the space in your warehouse is occupied by 20% of the of the products which are fast moving in nature. You keep more stock, so they just occupy majority of the space. Similarly, if you take a classroom, 80% of the problem is caused by only 20% of the students who are generally sitting in the back benches, isn't it? So 80-20 is a rule which you can apply in all natural scenario. So the Pareto will also exhibit the same thing. If you look at our Pareto, you can see an x-axis. Can you see the x-axis here? Different types of defects are written. Different types of defects is an attribute data. First one is defective button. Second one is stitching defects. This is called attributes, different attributes. How many attributes are listed here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 7. 7 attributes are written in the x-axis. Generally, x-axis will contain the attribute data. And y-axis, you have two y-axis, one on the left and one on the right side. One on the left and one on the right side. So the left side, this is right side, this is left side. The left side, it contains the frequency of occurrence. The left side will contain the frequency of occurrence. The right side will contain the cumulative percentage. If you know what it means, then you will be able to better use the Pareto. And now you can see the bars. The bars represent the intensity of the specific problem in terms of number of occurrence. For example, the defective button has occurred about 200 times. However, the coloring error occurred very less. So the height of the bar has got a meaning that talks about the frequency of occurrence. And now this is called cumulative percentage. This cumulative percentage, every dot conveys a meaning. This particular dot tells you that 40% of the problem is caused by defective button. All of you, can you make out? When I come to the right side, 40% of the problem is caused by defective button. When I come to this point, almost 60 to 65% of the problem is caused by defective button and stitching defects together. That is why this is called cumulative percentage. 40% effect by this problem, 20% effect by this problem. Overall, there is a 60% effect. This is called cumulation. If I consider this point, everything is now included. Do you understand now the meaning of every dot here? Yes?
Yes.
Fantastic. So this is in essence a Pareto is. Pareto is basically a bar chart. All of you might have used a bar chart. January, February, March, April. How is your sales going on? You plot a bar chart. This is also similar to a bar chart. But the difference is the bars are arranged in a descending order. I think all of you can notice that. Bars are arranged in a descending order.
Sir, can I come?
Yes, sir.
Please note, participants, he has given you a fact here, but if you write this answer, you may be given a wrong mark because he says it is not a bar chart. Please note, right? If there's a small difference, he said, you must always be very attentive to his class. So just because he said it's a bar chart, but then afterwards he said that there's a small difference. Therefore, in the question, that small difference only will be asked, not that it is a bar chart. Please note that. Thank you.
It's similar to bar chart. We can use that word. Similar to bar chart, and in which the bars are arranged in the descending order. At the same time, you will have two y-axis, one representing the frequency of the problem, other one representing the cumulative percentage of the problem. And now I have highlighted this area. Do you know why I highlighted this? These three problems alone, defects alone, contributes to 80% of the cost of poor quality. These three problems alone contributes to 80% of the problem. So 3 out of 7, more or less, 40-45%. You cannot expect perfect 80-20 rule working always. No. 80-20 is approximate rule, right? So all of you now understand what the Pareto is conveying?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So Pareto chart can help a Six Sigma team identify the causes leading to the biggest chunk of a problem. The company is facing a problem. There are so many problems. You can see it here. You can see x-axis. There are so many problems. But where should the company focus? Once you plot a Pareto, I think all of you will be able to easily figure out where the company should focus. On the buttons or on the stitching defects?
Buttons.
On the buttons. It becomes very obvious the moment you plot a Pareto. That is the advantage. This is how, as a Six Sigma team, you should use the Pareto. It helps you to identify the critical problem. You can use the same Pareto in analyze phase to identify the critical causes. You can use the same Pareto in the improve phase to identify the critical solution. This is what RK says, the tools are non-linear. You can use it whenever required. It's not that you should use only in defined phase, wherever required, whenever required. It helps focus on the improvement efforts. It helps you to focus your improvement efforts in the right place. Otherwise, what happens? Your energy and resource will get spent in a wrong place and yielding a meager result. We want to do less and get more.
So one more point, can I add?
Yes, please.
Please note, those of you who said that statistics is very difficult, sir, and I will take this point to teach you a little statistics. Please note that in statistics, there are 3 terms. We'll forget about the third term. I'll talk to you only about 2 terms. One is average, which is what we are going to use in decision making. But here is a case, we are not using average, but we are using the term called mode. What is it called? Mode. Frequency, number of occurrences, maximum number of occurrences is given a chance here. So we take the decision based on mode. Statistics, if somebody uses mode, keep this in mind. Hey, RK sir has taught this. This is so simple. In Pareto chart, we are deciding based on the mode. Nobody will understand, but you will understand. Thank you very much.
Valid point. Very, very valid point. So mode, the frequency of occurrence is more. That means that is your mode, right? And it helps you to prioritize quality problems in the defined phase. So how to draw a Pareto? Now there is a garment industry. There are a lot of problems happening. The company is, completely, out of control. Every single day there is a problem. Every single shift there is a problem. And people really do not know how to proceed. They hired a black belt or a green belt like you. And you formed a team. And now the team is given a task to figure out what is exactly happening in the company, to figure out where to focus. Now what you did, you intelligently collected data for a considerable period of time. Let's say for a 30 days time. The data is collected every single day. Wherever the defects are happening, you captured it. You created a data collection sheet, which is called the check sheet. You created a data collection sheet, which is called the check sheet, which is also one of the 7 QC tool. You created it and asked everybody to fill up whenever a defect is noticed. And that's how you are able to summarize this. Do you understand how this came? 30 days of effort. And now the summary is available. The summary is telling there are 217 instances during which buttons have become defective. The company might have produced several thousand garments, out of which 217 instances buttons are found to be defective. This is how the meaning goes. The Pareto is plotted. You already know. And now this is the three areas, three types of defects the company should focus right now, because this contributes to a major portion of the issues. A lot of customer complaints are coming. You can actually minimize the customer complaint to a major extent, let's say about 80%, just by controlling three types of defects. At the moment, you don't have to worry about fabric stains. You don't have to worry about misaligned fabric. You don't have to worry about coloring error. I'm only saying at the moment. In the future, you will attack. But right now, don't worry about all these things. You need to scope out all these things and you need to scope in these defects. Do you understand how we are, drawing the boundary? You have written a scope statement in your project charter. Am I correct yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Now the scope is only to attack these three problems. And out of scope is you are excluding other problems. Otherwise, what happens? Your project will end up trying to boil the entire ocean. Never try to boil the entire ocean. Always be focused so that you will be able to produce result on time. Now, how this calculation goes? The data is available. Now, cumulative count you need to calculate. Actually, you have a template. RK will give you a template based on Excel. I will also educate you on Minitab. But anyway, manual method we are learning. So the cumulative count means the 217 comes as it is here. Stitching defects. When it comes to stitching defect, you add the 217 and 112. These two you have to add. What will you get when you add this two? 217 and 112. How much it will be?
329.
29. That's how it comes, right? This is called cumulative count here. Now for the third one, the cumulative count will be 329 plus. What should I add?
67. 67.
Very good, beautiful. 329 plus 67. Same way it goes. 396 plus 43. 439 plus 23. 462 plus 18. 480 plus 12. Can you see 492? Which means in a 30 days time, how many instances of failure occurred? 492. 492 is the 100%. Can you see 100% here?
Yes.
Then what is 217 when compared to 417? 217 divided by 492, 44%. Do you get how the 44 is coming? You can parallelly try. 217 divided by 492 will give you 44. 329 divided by 492 will give you 66. 480 divided by 492 will give you 97.6. Hope all of you now understand how to calculate the cumulative percentage manually. Am I correct here?
Yes, sir.
That's all. Now you are ready to plot the Pareto. Take a graph sheet. You can plot yourself. All of you can try this if you have time. That's the reason why we advised you to buy a graph sheet and then some sketch pens also. Please plot a beautiful Pareto for yourself. And if you are done, please post it in the WhatsApp group. And that will be a motivation for all others to just follow you. Right? So this could be your first assignment. I'll be sharing this data with all of you and try. Do it once manually and then switch to the softwares and other modes, right? So can you see the Pareto here? All of you are able to understand how the Pareto is drawn?
Yes,
You
sir.
will be able to draw it. That's all. And now diving deeper. Now, how can we use the Pareto to better understand the problem? Right now, we got some understanding. What is our understanding?
80-20 principle.
Yeah, defective button, stitching defect, loose thread. These are the focus areas. These are the critical problems because they are occurring more in number. Every 1 hour it happens. We need to attack that. But now we are going to learn stratification. Now the defective button is too high in number, which is 217. So I want my team to give me the split up of 217. Since this is too much, in my opinion, I want further data. Now the team is getting me further data. Now they are telling me out of the 217, 146 instances have occurred in the shirt section. 21 instances have occurred in the chudidar section. 19 instances have occurred in kurti. 12 in the overcoat, 10 in the frock, 9 in the pant. Do you now get further information?
Yes.
Now you come to know that defects are occurring more in number, particularly in the shirt section. Shirt section is in the second floor. Now, where will you focus your time? Will you focus your time in second floor or in some other floors?
Second floor.
Second floor. Now the entire project team assembles in the second floor to analyze the problem further. Do you understand? So this is how this is called stratification. This is how you get a deeper understanding on the problem. Initially, we thought problem is, some rejections happening in the garment industry. After collecting data, we realized it is defective buttons, it is stitching defects, it is loose thread. Then we realized out of the three, it is mainly defective buttons. Then further we realized that too only in the second floor, because the second floor shirts are getting produced, manufactured, right? So now I look at the number of shirts that are getting rejected in just 30 days time. The number again seems to be quite high, which I cannot tolerate. I need further information. Split up of 146. And now the team has brought me the split up. The split up of 146. Out of the 146, 126 problems are due to button misalignment. 12 are due to button damages. 8 are due to the stitching issues related to the button. Now, what do you understand?
Yes, sir. We need to correct misalignment.
Misalignment is the focus area. Within second floor, you have now created the SIPOC. You now created the flow chart of the process of attaching the buttons. How the people attach buttons. When a garment is provided, how they attach buttons, how they align the button, how they stitch the button, what is the whole process. And then the shirt is, fitted with the button. Starting point, ending point, every step is now captured. You have a flow chart. Now you need to figure out the step which is responsible for this particular problem, misalignment. You need to set the process, there. What in a way that the misalignment never happens again. Maybe you could provide them some assisting tool or something. Thereby, people always, align the button properly. If you just to do that, 126 instances of defective button will definitely vanish. Am I correct?
Yes.
126 out of 217 is a major percentage. Am I correct? So this is called stratification. Now, do you understand how the Pareto is helping you? Do you understand what is stratification? Now the project title gets a new shape. Now your project title is no more defect reduction. Project title is defect reduction due to, reducing the rejections due to button misalignment issue in the shirt section in XY industry. Do you now see a specificness in the project title itself?
Yes.
This is the advantage of using Pareto. Right? So here is the focus area. But there is a limitation. Like RK was telling, we are taking decision only based on the mode. What is mode? The number of instances.
Occurrence.
Number of occurrences. But my boss is concerned about the dollars. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, so many complaints are happening. Customers are getting frustrated. Okay. But sometimes the company might be interested on the cost. Even, one side there is customer complaint. Yes, that is definitely, the priority. But sometimes what happens, the criteria might change. Don't worry about, the number of instances. Think about the cost. In such cases, Pareto might fail to, produce the result in a way your manager wants, in a way your boss wants. So that is the limitation. Because areas of greatest frequency may not always yield the expected gains. So in order to overcome that, there are other types of Pareto available. There is one such Pareto is called weighted Pareto, right? You can use that. So that is weighted Pareto, which will help you to focus properly according to your interest. Number of occurrence is also important. Cost is also important. So you arrive on a number using both. You arrive on a number using both. For example, number of occurrence multiplied by the cost. Can it give the overall cost involved in a particular failure? Use that number. Now you will also be happy. Your boss will also be happy, right? And that's how you can use the Pareto. We'll see that in the Minitab. You can also use Pareto as a visual validation tool. A problem before your project, what is the Pareto? Same problem, same situation after the completion of the project, how is the Pareto? Will you be able to notice the bars coming down? Will you be able to notice the bars coming down?
Yes.
So that's Pareto can be used as a visual validation tool. Now it is called before after Pareto. And stratified Pareto we already seen. We subdivide the problem, to understand the nature of the problem to a deeper extent. Hope everything is clear to all of you. Are any questions to me?
I need clarity on weighted Pareto, sir.
All right. So now we will move to an example, a case study, the same problem. We'll take it as a case study and then we'll do it in Minitab. Just give me a minute. I'm just loading the file.
In the meantime, can I speak to him?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, please. Suppose you have two problems. One is engine failure, another is bolts failure. Right? 1,000 bolts are failed in your car. There are 1,000 bolts, thinking that the car is so sophisticated. And the engine failure. Engine failure costs. There is only one. Frequency is only one. Only one item has failed. There 1,000 items have failed. Now, which will you concentrate now first?
The 1,000 failures.
1,000 failures, right? That means you are giving weightage for that.
Yes.
Right? That is, this 1 is equal to 1 only, this 1,000 is equal to 1,000, right? But on the
Yes.
other hand, if you think that, okay, it will go slowly, it doesn't matter, the nuts are all loose only, it doesn't matter, but engine means it will never run. So I want to first move my vehicle. Therefore, engine is my priority. If you say that, that means your weightage for engine is 1,000 or
Okay.
1,100. So that you are comparing 1,100 with 1,000. So you are giving a weightage of 1,100 for engine and then 1 for the bolts, right? So that is how you are putting the weightage, which is which requires topmost priority from your end. You are giving a weightage.
Sometimes problems might have equal priority. You can have. Suppose you think bolt and engine failure both are should be given equal priority. Yes, you can give a equal weightage. But if you think engine failure is more critical than the bolts failure, then you should give a higher weightage. Assign a higher number for the engine related problem. Assign a lower number for the bolt related problem.
Okay.
Right?
This is sometimes used to avoid cheating by the people also. Like for example, I am running a company. I want to be democratic. So I give a questionnaire. If 1,000 people say one reason, which is not at all important for me, but then I have to overcome them. So what do? I give a weightage, low weightage for them, right? Even 1,000 people say, yes, that's the problem. This 1,000 into my weightage is only 0.5. So it becomes 500. Whereas other one, only 100 people might have said, yes, that is the problem. Then I'll give a weightage of 1, right? Then it will be 100. Or I'll give a weightage of 5. It will become 500, right? Therefore, I give a weightage only to protect my interest and then overcome any cheating that may happen in my lower end. Thank you.
All right, that's a perfect example. So all of you, can you see data in my Minitab screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And this is the Minitab software, all of you, for your information. Today, I will post a link using which all of you can install Minitab in your computer. But you must have, the permission to install the Minitab, the trial version, which will work for 30 days. And the area where you see my cursor moving, this is called a worksheet. This is something similar to Excel. You can copy paste any data from your Excel in this area. What is this area called? What is this area called?
Cursor.
No, this is cursor. But what is this area? This area is called
Header.
worksheet. This area is called worksheet. And now there is one more area here. Now you are seeing my cursor moving in this area. This area is called session window. This area is called session window. And this session window is available here. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Every time you click this, session window will come. And can you see a spreadsheet symbol here? I mean the worksheet symbol here. Yeah. You click this, worksheet will come. You click this, session window will come. When you open, both will come like this.
Okay.
This is how the mini tab will look like. And there are several tabs. Most of the time we will be working here in the stat tab only. Here only we are going to learn many things. And slowly, as you move from green to black, black to master, then you will start using all the options, right? And now, same problem, same data is available. The first column talks about defect. Second column talks about count. Now I want to know what is happening in my company. I go to stat, I go to quality tools, I go to Pareto. Can all of you see the path here? Stat,
Yes.
quality tools, and then Pareto. Click that. And now you come here. Mini tab is asking you where is the defects, available. Which column contains defect?
C1.
Very good. Select that column 1. Again, click the select button. Now you have given the input. Frequency. Where is the frequency available? Column
C2.
2. Select that. And now you just have to say OK. In no time, a Pareto is created. You can right click. Can you see copy graph?
Yes.
Can you see append the graph to your report? Can
Yes.
you see send the graph to the Word? Can you see send the graph to Microsoft PowerPoint? When I click this, now this graph is now available in my slide. If you want to see, I can show. So this is how quickly you can generate report and immediately you can present to your top management. So your PowerPoint presentation is also ready now. Clear? And now
Yes.
reading the Pareto. Now what is this Pareto is telling you? The major problems are
You need to focus on first 3 parameters.
very good. Defective button, stitching defects, loose thread. Why Manikandan says first 3? Because the third point has just crossed 80. That is the reason why he is telling first 3. You focus first 3. The 80% of the problem you must try to attack, right? And now, as I already mentioned for stratification, since defective button is 217, I asked my team to give me the split up. The split up is also available. And tell me, do you know how these data are coming? Because the data are collected, that is why their data are coming, isn't it? If you have not
Yes.
collected, you would not have all this information. That is why designing the data collection sheet is very important. If you have a fair idea about the kind of problem you are attacking, you will obviously design the data collection sheet properly. You will include a column where you will capture this information. Am I right or not?
Yes.
Yes, sir. So this, if you really miss something, don't worry. You must have the culture of adopting continuous improvement. Your form may be inferior in the first attempt, but in the revision 1, your form will have this column. Am I correct or not? This is called a Kaizen. This is called a small improvement, continuous improvement. Slowly, what will happen? Your data collection sheet will capture everything like a CCTV camera. Am I right?
Yes.
This is how the check sheet gets the shape. Check sheet is also one of the 7 QC tools.
QC tools.
It is nothing but a format. A format will be called a check sheet if it can work like a CCTV camera for you. That's all. Till then, it is just a paper, just a table. But the moment it gives all necessary information, you can call it as check sheet. And now let me plot the Pareto, stratified Pareto. And now I go to same thing. Now you tell me what is the route? I should go to graph or stat?
Stats.
Stat.
Stat. Then
QC tools.
QC tools, then
Pareto.
Pareto. Right. Now, remove this. Now, your column should be, now for stratification, you have the split up detail in column 4. Am I right? Not column
Yes.
4. Column 6. Am I correct?
Yes.
Select the column 6. Now the count information is available in column 7.
7.
Select it and you just have to give OK. Can you now see? The major problem is happening in the shirt section. Now go to the shirt section. Shirt section 146. You are asking the split up. Your check sheet is good enough to show you. Look here. Misalignment 135. Damage 4. Stitching 7. Plot a Pareto. Now which column contains the information? Column 9. Now I double clicked. You see here I am saving one step now. Earlier I click, I select. But instead of clicking and selecting, now what I am doing now? I am double clicking. Have you noticed it?
Yes.
How many steps now how many steps I avoided now? Instead of 2 steps, 2 clicks, now I am making only 1 click. This is called removing non-value adding activity. Do you understand? Lean now. This is lean principle. If you are a lean expert, you will go to the extent of avoiding the clicks. All right.
From,
So now,
from which area
now
you are
I,
clicking, like frequency or defect?
okay, let me do it once again. Go to stat, quality tools, Pareto, and now defects available in column number 9. Double click. Frequency available in column number 10. Double click. You give OK. Now the Pareto is available. Now you got what is exactly happening in the problem, which is the major problem you need to attack right now, which is button misalignment issue in the search section in the so-and-so garment industry. That's all. Now you create a project charter for this. Now you will be able to write down very specifically what is the problem, problem statement. What is the goal statement? What is the business case here? What is the scope here? Who are all the team member? Will you now include the person who is responsible for the stitching the buttons in the project?
Yes.
Tell me, will you include the person or the division head who is responsible for attaching the buttons in the shirts? Will you include him as part of your project team?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
He is called process owner. He is called process
Process
owner. You might be a project leader, but participation of process owner is important because he can only tell you what is first step, what is second step, what is last step. Am I correct or not?
Yes.
With this help only you can create the SciPark. With this help only you can create the process flowchart. With this help only you can later create the value stream mapping. All the improvement can happen only with the involvement of process owner. Right? Now, somebody asked the weighted Pareto. Now comes. See here, column 2 talks about the count. But every button, when it becomes defective, that is costing the company $1.35. Be it some number, right? $1.35. Considering the time, considering the human effort, considering the cost of buttons, considering the damage that is caused to the shirt, all these things, every time a button is stitched wrongly, how much the company is losing? $1.35.
1.35.
So for 217 instances, $292 the company is losing. This is how the equation goes. Do you now understand how this number comes? Column number 4.
Yes.
Column number 4 is 217 into 1.35. Same way you do it for all the thing. Now you plot the Pareto using column number 4, not using column number 2. Column number 2 will prioritize the problem based on the frequency. But column number 4 will prioritize the problem based on the cost of poor quality.
Cost.
If your boss language is cost of poor quality, you must use column number 4. If your boss language is customer compliant, you must use column number 2. Do you now understand?
Yes, sir.
That's all. Stat, quality tools, Pareto, column number 1, and now it is column number 4.
4.
I expect all of you to plot a Pareto and share your Pareto in the WhatsApp group. Will you be able to do it, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Can we take it up as an assignment?
Yes.
All of you, will you like working on assignment?
Yes. Yes.
So this data file I will share, and so that you people can practice it.
Sir, Gopal sir, can you just take through the calculation like plus and minus what has happened before the Pareto chart? There are some calculation, adding everything was done, no?
Oh, you want to see the presentation?
The
You want to see my
presentation.
slides then?
Yeah.
No, I will give you the template. No, I will give you an easy procedure in Excel. We have an Excel
Yeah.
to be done.
No, you are
Not
talking
this.
about this money, Rajesh.
This one prior to this.
This one?
On this calculation.
Oh, what is your doubt? Now you ask your doubt
No,
specifically.
here it is a cumulative count and the cumulative percentage. So, in what basis this cumulative percentage is taking up?
217 divided by 492. You get this
Okay.
number.
But actually in Pareto, we are looking for the count of that particular.
See, cumulative percentage is a separate line. You see, it has got two y-axis. One y-axis on the left will carry your count.
Hmm.
Another y-axis on the right side will carry your cumulative percentage. See here. This is talking about cumulative percentage. See,
Okay.
and this is talking about frequency. Now the defective button is contributing to the major chunk of a problem. And the stitching defect comes next. Together, 66% of the problem happens. But combining the first three, almost 80% of the problem come from the first three. This is called 80-20 rule. Probably if you do it once, manually with your hand.
No, I would like to understand that because it's automatically making it in a ascending order. So that is the
Yeah,
reason.
descending order.
No, descending order.
Descending
in
order.
Automatically. Yeah. Automatically it's taking in the descending order. That is where the bar chart and the Pareto is coming clearly.
Correct.
Otherwise, because your prior slide is like it is in zigzag mode. It's not in the line
See,
alignment.
you are
Yes,
right.
yes,
You are right.
yes,
See,
yes.
when you are plotting the Pareto manually, you have to first, see here, look here, your count. Is it going in descending order?
Yes.
It is not zigzag order. It is in descending order only.
Descending order, but in your Pareto mini tab, when you did, it is not in that line.
Minitab will do it for you. You don't have to think. Minitab is, reducing your work. Minitab will do it for you. Minitab is going to be your slave. It will do it.
But when we are doing in Excel, like in manually, we have to assert
Excel
it.
also formulas
No.
are there. Excel
No.
also RK will give you a template. I think RK can give the template right now.
Yeah.
Or yes, sir, you show the template and then give it. Now time is.
No, I will ask you to do it in your own Excel sheet. In Excel sheet, you can do it.
No, not like that, sir. You share your template if it is available right now. Otherwise, later on.
Yeah,
You check meanwhile. You check meanwhile.
template.
Because whatever we are giving, let us explain the same thing.
Okay.
I think everyone is now clear about Pareto. Am I right? Now you are too strong in defined pace.
Yes, sir.
Always add visual clue. People will be convinced completely with what you are talking. Show a Pareto. Now your sponsor will be tempted to put a signature. Also put the figures, dollars, 45 lakhs, recurring cost of poor quality. Now he will cry reading your problem statement. You have to make him cry while reading the problem statement. You have to make him, feel happy reading your business case. 2.5 crore saving. Something like that you have to impress upon. Thereby your project is immediately approved. Do some homework, put some effort to make it happen. Right? Because your sponsor can spend only 2 to 3 minutes reading your charter. You should make an impact. Yes, Bhavin.
Yes, sir. In the beginning, you said that 80-20 ratio. So I have to need more clarification on this, because in industry, what we taught that in Pareto chart, 80% of defect we have to focus on it, but for 20% the logic is not clear. So in the beginning, you said that 80% of the defects are from 20% of business, something like that.
See, 80% won't come exactly 80%. This is only a prediction. Prediction will be always, unequal. Statistics is talking about inequality, not equality. When we say 80, it won't be exactly 80. If I ask you how much mark you will score in the black belt exam, what will be your answer? You will say, sir, I will score between 70 to 90.
Okay.
Will you be able to score exactly? There is also a chance for you to score above 90. There is also a chance for you to score below 70. So the 80-20 is a rule which will happen most of the time, but not always. This is called confidence level in making your statement. Most of the time, whatever I'm telling will happen. How much time it will happen? 90% of the time. Now your confidence level is 90%. Do you understand what is confidence level? We will be talking about confidence level. We will be talking about level of significance, which is alpha, one of the team named after this only, alpha. All these tools we will be explaining you. Then slowly and steadily, you will see your maturity going up, even in terms of statistics. All right.
Sir, I have shared them.
Yes, see now RK has shared a Pareto. Sir, do you also wanted to demo something?
Yes, I will demo something.
Please.
Right. I will just open it up. I'll share it. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
You are able to see my screen, right?
No, still it's
No, please allow
No,
me to
it's-
share my screen, sir. Yeah,
Oh,
it is there, it's there.
yes, sir. Now it's visible.
Are you able to see this screen?
Yes.
See here. This complaints are there. Sand burning, sand hole, and all these things are there. It is suppose I'm just going to make it as I'll make it as enable content. Now, suppose I make it as 200, right? Then what I should do is it has changed. See here, it is in zigzag. No, that person was telling no. It has plotted zigzag manner. It is not required. It should not be done like this. It should be arranged in a descending order. Here I'll make it as 50. Right. Again, it is made a zigzag manner. So what I should do is I will have to first sort it out. So now it has sorted out. Are you seeing it?
Yes.
So step number 1 is first put it in the descending order. Then find out the cumulative, and then what is to be done? I am now going to give to my boss, sir, this is the position. This is how it is there. And if you see here on the right hand side, I will ask my boss, sir, should I control 100%? 100% means everything should be controlled. 80% means draw a line here, only these two are to be controlled. That means 60% also only this much. If 40%, up to 40%, only these two to be are covered. But if I make it as I want to make it up to 20%, then I will have to include this also cold. What I will do is I will include this here. I'm going to make this target. I can make this target here also. Sorry. I can increase it here. I'll make it as 20%. Protected sheet. So I'll have to unprotect it. What I will do is I'll stop sharing. I'll unprotect it and then I'll show you. Review. Okay. Are you able to see my screen? Now I'm going to make this change. I think it is. It is stuck now.
We're able to see the screen, but your voice is not.
No,
audible.
I'm not able to share my
hear you.
screen. Yes. Now, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Now I'm going to make it to say 80%. See here, it is up to this point. That means 80% here. It is I am just going to, it is probably it is coming on this side, therefore it is included plot area also. If I'm going to make it as only 60%, I can do it either way. I can change this. See here, that means the lower target is changed to 50%. That means I have to cover only these two defects. If I'm going to increase this percentage, because this is easy to show to your boss, no? Boss will say, okay, this is 60% means these three covers. These two are covered. Therefore, do it only up to 60%. And if you say that 80%, put it 80% here, and then show 80% means we don't have resources, we don't have money, we don't have manpower to cover these two defects. Then what we will do, we will change it according to the resources available. even though it is called as 80-20 rule, you can put your condition depending upon the resources available. This is what is called resource management. This is where you come into picture depending upon the resources available and the impact of these problems. You can decide whether I have to attend to all the problems or only few of the problems right away. But please keep in mind, all the problems will have to be attended to one time or the other. Our ultimate aim in Six Sigma is to attend to all the problems. But the order in which we go depends upon this Pareto chart. So you are going in a structured way. That is way it is required. Please, you can play with this. No, you can change this here. I'll make it as blah, 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 right? So nothing will happen. I'll make it as 100. And then probably you will have to do this procedure. What is the procedure? You'll have to sort it. And then you decide, show it to your boss, and then decide whether to go on the lower side or higher side. The red lines, red bars indicates you have to concentrate on attending to these things now. This template is already shared to you. You can download and play with them.
Okay, all of you do now understand how to use the Pareto?
Yes, sir.
How did you done this
Yes, sir.
coloring, sir, while target
No.
setting?
That RK has done it for you. You just use it. And how to bring the colors and other things, that's a separate training, Excel training.
No. That cannot be done. That cannot be done even by me, because when I was young, I did that. Now I am not younger.
So don't worry about that.
But
That
it
is
will
out
take
of
about
scope.
2 days. That's all. It will take 2 days. My 2 days is very costly. I'm sorry.
That is out of scope, right? Don't worry about the coloring, just use it. We wanted to save your time. We created and we gave it, and that will be
No,
available.
but one thing, and I have made a YouTube video how to make this Excel Pareto template that you can follow. All right, I will give you the URL later on at the end of the course.
So one more important information, the link to download the Minitab trial version is posted in the WhatsApp group as well as in the chat box. Those of you who are seriously interested, you can install it and do the practicing parallelly hereafter as we are teaching. Don't expect us to push you, but you need to practice parallelly if you really wanted to see the transformation happening within yourself by doing all these things. Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we proceed to the next item.
And Excel, you can do it on your own. There is no need for my software.